Good evening, YouTube. Today, we're going to fix my Gunlancer. So, it has a few problems which I'll dive into in a moment. But this is my Summoner, which we did last time. And now I'm going to do Gunlancer. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be too long. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know no one really cares for these videos, but sometimes you make them for yourself. Okay, so my Gunlancer overall, there's a small problem, which basically, because of the nature of how skins work, or this skin works, I only have one real color palette. Because the skin itself cannot be dyed. It is undyeable. So I'll just be dyeing basically the weapon to match the armor. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, probably going to be a really short one. So first things first, let's pull this up. And skin virtues, there we go. Let's remove everything. So this is how this armor looks in the game. Now, I'm not a particularly big fan of how like bulky, over cumbersome armor looks personally. That being said, this armor doesn't look bad, but because, we can't dye default armor. Like this armor, which is the Earth Entropies chest piece, the Earth Entropy set, or basically Legion Commander set, or I don't know how else to call this, because we get a new set for Brel, but that is a reused. The Brel one is a reused version of a previous set, and because if we were able to dye this in game, that would actually make this a good game. And because we can't have Lost Ark being a good game, we can't dye this. Sounds logical, right? Everyone's with me? Everyone's on the same page? Okay. So because we can't have a good game, this isn't dyeable. But not being a fan of bulky armor, I do like this set. I think this is the anniversary set. Let me check the shop real quick so that everyone knows what armor, skin chest. I think this is the adventurers. This is the weapon. Yeah, it's the adventurer set. Here we go. Adventure Skin Warrior. There we go. This set. Now, these sets can't be dyed because they're older skins, which is fine. Basically, these were the first, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but basically, fans submit art and they turn some of the art into skins. I think it's one per class or whatever. And these are the very first ones, like the very, very first ones back in 3 years ago. So, because the game's like three going on 4 years now. So, you know what? That's fine. I think they look good. I think if I ever make a Berserker, I'm going to do this one for my Berserker. And this is the one I've chosen for my Gunlancer. So my Gunlancer is called Fox Raven. The original thought was the shield is going to be Fox and the lance is going to be Raven. I made him an elderly gentleman. An elderly gentleman probably going on like his 40s, where his physical, like maybe early 40s, like his physical prime, right, is starting to degrade, but he's at the peak of his experience. So he's basically in his prime when like your maximum skill level is just like, but your physical condition, right? Because you're getting older, right? You're starting to have maybe some trouble keeping up with the young people, but you're at your peak skill, like all the experience and muscle memory is still there. So you're like basically as a warrior, you know, whatever small physical, or like prowess you have or have lost, you make up for it in experience and skill. So that's what gives you the edge above, like on top of the younger, you know, warriors who are trying to like prove themselves. So I gave him a little bit of white hair, just like a slightly older gentleman. I don't know, you know, every, warrior gets hit at a different age, maybe, early 50s, wherever that is. And also depends, like, you know, sword and shield is not the same as, wrestling, bow and arrow, you know. The more, I assume, the more physically demanding, the harder to keep up. But if you're an archer, I assume you could probably stay peak condition compared to other people longer. I don't know. So, but that was the design or thought process behind this character. Now, I've never really liked this helmet style. Um, I'm okay with larger shoulder pads. The armor doesn't look bad. I'm okay with the armor. The pants fit. The gauntlets, I don't like the bracers or gauntlets. And then this is the weapon. Now, I'm not a big fan of the weapon. Now, I don't think. Right. I don't think I can pull out weapon here. But so let's talk skins now. So this is the Sky Monarch Blessing set from that adventure set. And, my character's called Fox Raven. Now, this is probably like a lion, but you know what? Zoom out far enough, I'm going to call that a fox. This is the legs. That was the weapon. We can address that here in a moment. I don't know what this is, actually. I think these are like face piercings, which normally I'd probably put in like a visor or. But I don't really want to spend time. I'm pretty sure these are like uh, earrings and eye piercings and things like that. I'm not exactly sure what this is. But I normally I'd put like the face mask. I'd get like a oops, wrong thing. Normally I'd get a face mask. Let me see what I've got here. I know like my paladin has one. Yeah, and then I'd probably put a helmet on it. I tried the white wingsuit, white. It didn't really work. This is what I had previously. This is what I was doing previously, which was this. I really did like this set aesthetically. I just bought this on the cheap, and then I gave him the white helmet. Um, and then normally I just give him like the glass visors, and it looked good. Just this was yellowy. This is I'm not gonna go fetch it. It's on my paladin, but like it's just a yellow kind of like lens, and it looked good for a while. But I got these really cheap on the store, and I was like, why not? Just so my Gunlancer isn't like default, because I wasn't a fan. The pants though for the lawmaker was like really expensive. I'm like, I'll just wait, because the advantage we have is that we know all the skins that are going to come out. So I knew I was always going to equip this set on him. So these are like, I'm pretty sure like fierce piercing. So this is the weapon, default weapon, which I don't really like. I don't like those gems. I don't like the aesthetic of the item. Lucky for me though, the Witcher set is coming out. Yeah, this is removing his beard, and that only happens with earrings, with certain earrings. So I'm pretty sure this is probably an earring set of some sort. I just don't know if I can see it because I covered his hair up. That being said, I don't think it's really that important. Oh, did it not remove his beard? What was removing his beard? Huh, whatever. Um, so this is the chest piece. And then these are the legs. And then this is, I think, like a tiara of sorts. I don't know what you call this. It's not a tiara. What? Faceplate? I think faceplate would be the best term. The earrings. And then the helmet. Now, I did try putting on the Tron helmet thing on it, and it didn't look as great as I thought it would. So, and, this kind of reminds me of Guyver. So maybe a little bit Warhammer 40K where they've chosen like old, old, Roman, Greek, ancient time armor, but it's actually like futuristic power armor, just aesthetically. So I can like, I don't know, head cannon, it to be like, this is just basically like Space Marine armor, really high tech sci-fi, but um, just to make it look, um, like, ancient styled. And considering the name of the character, Fox Raven, I think this armor fits. Onto the weapon. So the weapon itself is the Witcher one. Oops, wrong one. Again, sorry. So the Witcher weapon, which actually it's probably faster if I just go to the shop. The Witcher weapon itself, skin, chest piece, skin, chest. Where's the Witcher? The Witcher. So the Witcher weapon has a giant wolf sigil on the shield, and the weapon is pretty good. It's thin like. I wish you could make these bigger. I don't know why they don't let you resize these windows. um so yeah, I like the fact, once again, I can fit headcanon this, fox symbol, raven wings. So two, that's somewhat symmetrical. Um, the problem, so when we come to the main problem, right? This is black and this is white, and it kind of clashes. So I'm choosing to dye the weapon. That's what we're going to end up doing today, right? And then it'll basically be complete. Now, in an ideal world, I wouldn't be dyeing this all white. I mean, I'm not a big fan of white and gold. Um, but I do like the white. I do like the black. The gold is just something I'm going to have to live with because I can't dye it. Gold trims. I wish I could make these like blue or silver or red. Like, I wish I could change all this gold for like crimson gold, but that's just not in the cards. And it honestly doesn't bother me. I really do think this is a really good looking armor. Really, really good looking armor. And, if you want to maintain an armor identifiable, especially a cosmetic item, I'm okay under certain circumstances, cosmetic items not being dyeable because you want to retain the aesthetic. And it was a competition. The person submitted it, and you want to stay true to the vision of the fan who submitted the art. If you make the case, I can live with it, and I'm okay with it. So that means, however, on the flip side, I'm gonna have to dye the shield and arm. Now, I chose to do this one first, mostly because I've never used the dye system. So, to whatever extent this video is longer than this point, um, it will be me struggling to understanding their dye system. Now, I've played around with it for a while, and have so many problems with this dye system. For those who know about Anthem, Rip Anthem, I'm still mourning the uh, the the non-existent or EA not pursuing or fixing Anthem. But the color wheel and all that jazz was the best part of that game. Customization options were so good. You could do so many things. if I ever have like a company or make a video game, if I could hire the people who did the customization options in Anthem, that would be like a dream hire. Like whoever has that person hired, like or that team hired, I can't think of a better team. Things like Warframe made you like pay for color. I know some of it was minimal and I know they gave out for free, but like I honestly think customization options should be game fashion is probably not valuable to a lot of players, but I really like skins and things like that. And a lot of games have commodified it, some better than others. You know, I think Lost Ark is an extreme example of how expensive skins could be. League of Legends the same. But seeing things like Deep Rock, Galactic, I think have done a really good job of being fair. Because, Deep Rock Galactic is probably one of the best games that people, you know, have slept on, I think, in the last few years. But they basically offer a full skin pack of all the classes with thematic weapons and skins for like $5-7, and you buy the set. And new weapons come out, they add it. As opposed to a game like League of Legends, I don't know, I haven't played Dota, or I haven't really played Dota much enough to know. But a lot of other games, it's like skins $20, $10 just for a single skin. Um, and some of them are much more egregious than others. Uh, and my problem here is that, for example, I don't know the number. Like, I should be able to see the skin should show up here and give me the color numbers, the color code, so I can match weapon. Like, this skin looks awesome, right? I can't dye it, but it looks awesome. I can live with that. But I don't know how you made, like, if I want to replicate this white for the shield, I literally have to spend all this time being like, okay, what's that white? Is it slightly gray? Is it slightly white? Is it slightly yellow? And then if you don't know, you're not an artist who's used to doing this type of stuff. How do you have to slowly figure it out? And then on top of it all, like this gold trim, what gold is this? There's many types of golds. If you Google like any color, like crimsons, you get a ton of reds. If you Google like blues or baby blues, you get a ton. Like, and the fact that they don't give you the color code, or at least not, easily, is a pain. Now you can find things like on the internet, like what is the color code for insert character here, from Overwatch, and you'll get the color palette with color codes. But I need to know the color code of this particular skin. I did a Google search a while back to see if I could find the color code of the default skins. I could not find it. So now I have to finagle this whole situation. On top of it all, because we can't have Lost Ark being a good game. While they do give out a large amounts of these over time, you have to buy these. Like, I don't know if there's another way. There's another way to do this, but it is incredibly on top of my issue with overpriced skins and over monetizing your community. The only way I know how to get this is with blue crystals, which means you either need to convert it to gold or buy royal crystals. Now, some people are going to say, "Oh, but you can just get gold and convert." Look, just give me the dice for free. Just like, I don't understand. Like the Fion situation, put that aside. But color dyes, really? Like, how much money are you making off dyes? Like, I don't, just make this unlimited. And maybe, okay, fine, you don't want to do everyone coming in here dying because of server, whatever excuse you can then just let people do it every 48 hours, whatever. Like, I don't know. It just seems super weird to me how they've decided to go about this. Like, I'm sure someone's going to say, oh, it's a Korean MMO, but I don't know. It just seems very greedy. And it seems very greedy for a few pennies for what would probably be an exponential quality improvement. Rant over. Let's get to it. So now I have to. So this only has two colors, right? So I need to figure out. I guess this is going to be the gold trim, right? And then this is going to be this white. So let's start with just placeholders, right? So this white, and also the fact that the lighting, oh my God, the lighting varies from location to location. It's just, oh God. So there's nothing good about this system. I can't make this bigger. I mean, I'm playing on a relatively decent sized monitor. I think 28 inch, 32 inch, something like that. But if you're playing on a laptop or what, like a smaller screen, I mean, all right. I know a lot of people's like, oh, why are you doing this? I don't know. So maybe one day I can rewatch this if I ever make my own game, and people can call me out for it, and then I can fix it. So white. What white is this? Is this like an ashy white? Is this a snow white? Let's take a look. Pearlescent white? My guess is it's probably slightly yellow. You know, all you would need is just put this armor here, can't be dyed, and with the presets. That's it. That's all you would have to do. All you would have to do. All right, let's see. No, that's a little too rosy. Okay. Maybe it's just default white. So this is like a marbly white. All right, let's go ahead and leave. Reset that. Also, for the record, no way to reset. Not as far as I can tell. Maybe I'll discover it now. And if I do this, click OK, it applies this white too. So what if I wanted to leave this, or nope, it can't just tell me the original colors. It just can't. All right, so this seems to be a somewhat darker white. I'm trying to figure out how much more darker. So it's like a light gray, an ashy white. Maybe it's a little rosy. Maybe it's a little like. God, this, like, can I make this bigger? Can I arrow key this? Okay. Maybe. The gold is probably going to be easier for me. Like, I'm sure if you're an artist and you know exactly what to do with this. Like, just exactly. I, however, do not. All right, let's talk sheen. How shiny does this need to be? Ooh, sheen makes it darker. See, I didn't know that. So now, if I just do this, it makes it look silvery. All right. Can you type in, what's the default white? All Fs? Okay. All right, so that's not good. That's not what I want. Or maybe that is what I want. Maybe a little darker then? Maybe it's just 50%. 50% shine. God, there's gotta be, it's gotta be slightly darker, right? Can I just move you here? Then make you a little darker. Nope. Maybe it's no sheen then. And just slightly darker. Am I expecting to perfectly match it? No. I just want a very close approximation. Oh, revert to original state. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it's per color. Okay, so there is an option, I guess. And then you can save preset. Oh, okay. I've said, yeah, I was doing some experiments and it went very poorly, mind you. All right, maybe we can do the gold first. With the gold being easier ask. Because I assume they didn't really apply like a different sheen to the, if I can figure out like the sheen. So you want this. All right. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Man, this would be so easy if you just gave me the code and I could copy it. Okay. So like a mustard yellow, it seems. Now it depends on which yellow I want to copy because you have these yellow accents here, the eyes, the forehead, or the flourishes. And even this cross here is a different color. All right, let's make it a little, we need to add some shine, I think, 0%. Oh, maybe it's 0%. Maybe that's it. Okay, maybe make it a little lighter. That seems pretty close. I'm starting to think like this hat cannot be pure white because I feel like this is pure white and this isn't. And I don't want to copy this wings here. Those two wings there. I want to copy this, you know. It's probably not called a skirt, but like waist cape. What is this called? What would you call this? A waist cape? Because I feel like a skirt is closed. I know this has it's not a loincloth. I know this has a name. I forget what it's called. It's not a loin banner or any. I forget. I'm pretty sure I was told the name of this, but this, I've never been told the name of that. Oh, the shield has. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's take a look at it. There we go. I feel like this is too yellowy, just off. Let's see if we can fix it here. Maybe move it up a bit. Not orange. More yellowy. Huh. No, cancel that. I think we're on the color or very close to. And I don't know. Maybe move it here a bit. No. No, no, no. It's, let's do 100% sheen. Well, I mean, sure. That's pretty close. I think this is still a little lighter. Maybe it's a little orangey. Like if I move it slightly. Now I think it's a little bit too orange, but I think there's a little orange in here. Normally in Photoshop, this would be a lot more easier, but God forbid. If you would stop moving, sir. All right, let me rotate. Comes around. That's pretty close. Pretty close. Okay. Let's draw your weapon. See how it looks. Look, I'm going to be honest. I suspect that's the best I'm going to get on that yellow. Let's go here. Save the die for yes. There we go. Just in case game DCs or anything like that, saved. It might be a little off. But I could not tell you in what direction I need to go. Maybe a little darker. I'm willing to tweak the darkness. Seems a little too dark. Yeah. A little too dark. Maybe I need to go. Let's do an extreme light here. Okay, clearly too light. Okay. Um go. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's just a little bit too dark, would be my guess. Hmm. I think that's closer. The problem is it looks a little different on let's sheath the weapon. Yeah, I think that's closer. I think a little like the glow. The problem is the glow's messing up a lot here, but I think that's pretty close. Yeah. Let's go ahead and yes, go ahead and save it. The difference you can see, I don't even know if you could see the difference. To be honest, but I think that's a little bit closer. Now let's do the white. The white is a little tricky. What was the sheen on this? 100%. So let's start there. Is it just 100% white? I'm going to be laughing if that's the case. All right, let's go ahead and draw a weapon. I still think that, yeah, this is way too, like, silvery. And this, I think, is probably, yeah. It's like aluminum. Aluminum. Yeah. There's a tint here. And my guess it's like a pink rosy situation. All right, cancel. First things first, let's try the darken, see if no. All right, I'm pretty sure it's like a rosy situation. Like just also slightly a rosy gold. Could be that the sheen is also not 100, but I'm starting to think maybe the sheen isn't 100. They added a different sheen. Because there's no way, no matter how let's see, like no matter how yeah, it's just no way. Just no way. Let's go back to default. Okay. Let's do 50%. That still looks so incredibly silvery. It could be the lighting of the default because you don't show it doesn't change colors until I accept. Let me see. I mean, it could just be the light also, but let's do 0. So I think I'm pretty safe to say it's not 100%. Could be wrong, but it doesn't look like. The other option is that these are not defaulted dyed. in this, like they're done in a different software, and the in-game color can't replicate. That would suck. I mean, I would believe it, but it would suck. 50% or 0. I'm pretty sure. I feel like there's a shine here. Let's do 50%. We're on the white. Do a little rosy, maybe. It's going to be easier if I just look at the shield. Yeah, that's way too far. Cancel. It might just not be doable. It still looks too gray for me. Default. Maybe it's default. All right, let's try default with a little. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's start there. And then let's go ahead and darken it also slightly. The question is where to stop. There? Maybe a little bit more rosy. That's too far. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. If you can't see the difference, that's fine. I can kind of see the difference, but eh. Eh. I can't wait to dye it and not be happy with it. Like, just it being slightly off, but I can always revisit. I don't like how the Witcher symbol looks in this type of. And it's probably why they mix matched. If I could get this head maybe in this yellow, like, or maybe, I don't know, different things here. But, the glow. What I do like is the glow is kind of like in the jaws of the wolf, or my mind for the sake of aesthetics, the fox. Because I think this is like a tiger, to be honest, or a big cat of sorts. All right. Okay. So I think it's a little too white. Let me go and nope, 0, 50. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think this might be either it's default. I'm pretty sure this is gonna go default. Too dark, too light. Let's try that. Wrong direction. Wrong direction. Okay, so part of the problem is, right, is that these are kind of like scales. So the light is casting shadow on them, so it's hard to really get a sense of, all right, a hard sense of the actual color that is there. Let's do that and reset it. Okay. This is how it looks pure white, which probably wouldn't be too big of a deal. But I do think this will make it brighter. And then if I just darken it, that move you to here. Doesn't matter how much I darken it, right? Yeah, at some point it just gets too gray. All right, stand up straight. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this color is the closest we've got so far. God. Okay, so look, I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, no one uses this enough for them to fix it." That's not, you know, haphazard. Just recently, they added the quality of life improvement where you can get the chests after you've done a Legion raid. Because if you left beforehand, you just couldn't claim the rewards off the bonus chest, which is essential for crafting. Give materials to craft the next tier of armor, and it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and they finally added it, and the fact that it took 3 years to finally come out. I mean, look, I don't know what's going on in Smilegate, but I'm going to be honest. If I would have released this globally without those quality of life improvements, I would have been embarrassed. As a game, like, you're not an indie game company, you know. And this is just another like embarrassing feature. You know, if you make a terrible system, you can't complain people not using it. And if you make terrible subsystems, then why would anyone otherwise? All right, I think this is darker. Just a smidge darker. Okay. Let's see, another smidge. Oh, I didn't click okay. Maybe I did. Okay, that's a little closer. Oh, that's more than a smidge. Getting closer. The question is, this color looks pretty good to me. This is like this ashy white I was looking for. Just a little bit of hint of red with a little bit of gray. I'm going to save this color. Save preset. Save, yeah. I'm sure no one could see the difference there, but all right. So the question is, where is too far? I still think that's closer. Let's draw a weapon. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think the weapon itself is a little bit, the material's a little bit lustrous. So, if anything, this might be too dark. Let's knock it one down. I don't think anyone can really tell the difference. I know, but, I think this is it. Like, the problem is this is a smooth surface, and none of these are smooth surfaces. But this kind of is slightly darker than the wings here. Um, and the shadow inside the shield to me looks familiar to the shadows that these feathered scales are casting. We don't get on this armor a lot of smooth surfaces, so this kind of looks like this. um so yeah, we don't, like, even here, but this kind of looks like this. So I think this is it. I think this is as close we're going to get it. I'm sure this color's slightly off. I feel like this is a little bit more, I don't know, mustardy, and this is a little too, this is a tad bit lighter. I don't know if I can, like, fix it. That seems a little closer to me. Yeah, I think that's it. um Save preset. Save. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I think any darker, because I could make it also slightly darker for the glow. The weapon might be casting too much light, but I think that's it. I think that's as good as we're going to get it. Like, I see this here and I see this here, and I think this is close enough that it's not going to matter. All right, this took a little longer. I thought I was going to knock this out in 30 minutes ish with my ranting, my grievances. Again, I know probably no one cares and no one watches this because I'm just some rando on the internet complaining slash, doing my aesthetic thing for a character that's mine and no one really cares because it's not their character. I get it. But sometimes you make stuff for yourself. And this is one of these videos that's for me. Partially to keep me honest in the future if I ever make a video game, but partially because who else am I going to rant to, And the skin does look pretty good, not going to lie. So let's go ahead and click apply so we can end this video. Apply to all parts. Close this. So it's going to consume these amount of dyes. This is the first time I've dyed anything in this game. Apply. Commit. And there we go. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and load. Go. I almost bungled this. And then this was a little darker by 1 or by 2. Oh, God, where would have... Oh, it's down here. What an idiot I am. All right, well, adding to the runtime, I guess, at this point. I had it perfect. Did I save? I didn't save it. Well, bam. Nope, it was too darker, I believe. This was it being slightly too dark. Right? Actually, what I can do is, because I'm recording, is go back to the video, find the same exact color, and apply it. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if it'll let me, but any darker. Because I could make it also slightly darker for the glow. The close enough. No one watches this because I'm a little closer to me. Yeah, I think that's it. That was shadows that these feathered scales are casting. We don't get on this armor a lot of smooth surfaces. So this, so yeah, we don't like even here. This is this is as close even here, but this, okay. So the color was, thankfully I'm recording. F5 E7 7 0. 7E0? Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's the color. God, getting the same color again would have been a nightmare. So this is a little lighter, it seems. Save. Okay, so let's go ahead and click close this. Apply here. Right? Oh, the fox symbol is right there, fox. The wolf symbol is right there, I think. I can't see it because it's too tiny. And no one's... What did I do? Oh, there we go. Remove armor. What is this? Hide to hide chest piece. Okay. Okay. I've never seen that preset before. Let's go ahead and apply. Yes. Well, bam. Okay, now it gets a little dyed symbol. Wait, what? You consumed it. What? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Well, bam. There we go. It does have the wolf symbol. Nice. So that's my Gunlancer. I didn't mean to pad the runtime of the video with my blenders, but hey. And that's it. Now it is complete. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Very happy with this.